Here's the reason why 90% of people will not grow on TikTok. Coming from someone who's grown their TikTok account to over 15,000 engaged followers within the span of 3 months. If you feel like you're constantly posting but you're not getting past the 200 views, you're not growing your following, no one's really engaging with your stuff, nothing's really sticking. Number one, you actually have to ask yourself, are you actually being consistent and for how long? A lot of people think they're being consistent and they think they've been posting for a while, but they really haven't. They have maybe like 20 posts up and they're kind of sporadic. You have to be consistent. I mean every day. And sure, I mean there could be a day where something happens, you get sick, life happens, life gets in the way, but I mean 99% of the time, what are you doing? Be honest with yourself, because you can't just post when you feel like it and when you feel motivated. Half the time I don't feel motivated to post, but I know that's something that I need to do in order to get me to my goals. That's with anything, that's not just TikTok. Now that that's out of the way, you can be consistent but consistently be posting the wrong content that's not hitting. Things can take time. Like you can post a video today and it go viral in a few weeks, like that's happened to me. But it comes to a point where if you're consistently posting and it's never getting any traction, you need to change things up. You need to ask yourself too, like, are you being authentic to you? Because people can read through that. If you're trying to act like someone else or try and replicate content that you're seeing someone else's success with and you're trying to do it too, it's not going to translate the same because it's not you. Show up as you. People want realness and authenticity. Whatever it is, like if you have a quirky personality, like show that. But if you don't try and act like you do, because it's not going to translate the same and people aren't just, no, it's not going to work. Also, experiment with your content. A lot of the times people wonder like, oh well, how do you come up with all the different ideas for different posts that you make? You don't have to come up with a separate concept every single time you post. Like yes, you want to mix things up a bit, but a lot of the time it's just figuring out a different way to package the idea and experiment with it and see what clicks. It could be as simple as just switching up your hook, switching up your scenery, switching things up, tweaking things up a bit, still have the same concept, but it's experimenting with the style of content and see what works. Because like I said, you can be consistent but consistently be posting the wrong content and not changing anything up and then wondering why your account's not growing. You have to experiment and change things up. And lastly, it's because most people will quit before they grow. They quit because it gets too hard. They quit because they're not seeing fast enough growth and they just quit. If you quit, you will literally never grow because you'll never give yourself the chance. It can take time to grow, but you have to give yourself that time and give yourself that grace, that learning time, that learning period. Give yourself grace because no one starts this knowing what they're doing right off the bat. Most people don't. If this helped, let me know in the comments. Do you feel like you're constantly stuck in the 200 view jail? Let me know.